Now, before we go on any journey, it's handy to have a map. So we have an idea where we're going. And what I do is really just get myself a nice surface to work on, a cup of coffee, and relax into it. We gotta always be in the moment, be totally focused on where we're going. If we rush anything, it's gonna look rushed. If we panic, it's gonna look panicked. So let's relax and get into this. And what I'm going to do before I actually tackle the drawing itself is do some study, do a little bit of relaxing into the method. Now I'm working with newsprint here, and I've stretched it over a little hardwood panel that you buy in art stores to carry your drawings around in. It's got a little handle on the top and some clips, and I clip it on the other end as well with some bulldog clips and get myself a $50 surface for the price of a few cents and get it nice and tight, and it gives me this beautiful sweep. Okay, so first of all, the halfway point is the middle of the eyes, and if you go up from that a little bit you get the eyebrows. So that's what I've indicated there. First of all, I sort of made a gesture toward the center and then moved up a touch to find the eyebrows. And then you can come down halfway to the chin to find the bottom of the nose, and then halfway from the bottom of the nose to the chin, find the bottom of the bottom lip. And you can see by the tilt, the angle, that this head is turned down. Now, we're going to do a couple of portraits, and one's going to be of a young man looking up, and the other an older man, or a much older man, looking downwards. And so they'll give us two separate challenges. And if you followed me on the how to draw the head part 1 and 2, then you've already gone through the rigors of understanding proportions. So I won't harp on them too much. And that give us everything we needed drawing the head part 1 and 2. Showed us all the proportions and mnemonics to draw the head from the front and the side. And now we're on to the more difficult 3/4. But all the rules still apply. All the methods, let's call them methods, not rules. Because rules are meant to be broken, and I will break them. In fact, part of this lesson is going to be all about breaking the rules. Because what we're going to do is this, with this 3/4 head, if we only learn to draw a 3/4 perfect head like a robot, then all we'll have is handsome people. What I want to do is people my worlds with real people, with people we can believe in. And so I'm going to take the proportions that I'm building on here, which these are just the ballpark proportions, and then we're going to break that ballpark for a more character-driven character. Well, that's why they're called characters. So what you can see here is my methods of measuring with also rhythm rather than just proportion itself. And so this is all based on anatomy. Even though it's not anatomy, it's a graphic depiction of anatomy in its most simple form. Even though it looks quite complicated, if we were to draw every bone as it is and every muscle as it is, it would be almost impossible to draw anything with ease. We need to start with the very, very simple and work toward the complex. Like this nose, for instance, is just a triangle. What I need to do from this point is find some way to make it understandable to the human eye. And I've just done that now by placing a very simple mnemonic. A mnemonic is a strange way to remember things. It's easier to remember because of its strangeness. If I was just to say that the underside of the nose is, pointed down in the middle and goes up at the nostrils, that's hard to remember. But if I say that it's a squashed M, and the more we look down on it, the more it gets squashed, and the more we look up toward the nose, with the head tilted back, the more it'll resemble an M shape as we know it. So we have a squashed M, which tells us one of two things. That either this is a pointed down nose, because it can be a squashed M from the front if the nose is pointed, if it's a long nose. or it's a nose that we're looking down on. And the nose droops as we get older. At the ball of the nose, the bottom of the nose goes down. Where the nose actually attaches to the face never changes. So when someone says they have a long nose, or someone's nose got longer, it didn't really, just the end of it got longer as we get older. It's basically bone doesn't grow much. It changes its shape a little bit, but cartilage does, and also flesh and fat can move on its own and change the shape of anything, as we well know.